Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and immense glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to my elder apostles, a great millstone, and peace and salutation to the hopeful elect, the Bachayim of the house of David, that's been preordained, predestined to get delivered in these last times and to be the ruling governing body of the nation of Yasha'Allah. So as you can see on my screen, it says RT. UFOs are a security threat, claims ex-Navy lieutenant. A former U.S. military pilot who claimed to have witnessed hundreds of UFOs operating in restricted airspace has warned that UFOs pose a serious security threat to the USA. So they're classifying the chariots, because that's what they are, all right? Ezekiel, the first chapter, a wheel within a wheel. These are chariots, the Most High's vehicles that the angels use to maneuver around, and they're classifying them as security threat. And they're going to do the same thing with the Lord's prophets, all Israel, really, but they're going to come after the prophets, as it says in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, around the 70th verse. All right, the insurrection, spoiling those that fear the Lord, that serve him, that worship him. Okay, and that's why the Lord's going to lift up that standard, give us spiritual power, okay, to escape, to protect and defend ourselves. All right, so they're classifying the UFOs, the chariots, as a security force. So they're getting ready, they're first pinning the minds of these people that the chariots are an evil thing. But really, that's the salvation of Israel, starting with the elect. All right, the chariots are the Most High's vehicles from the fourth dimension, but they're classifying it as a security threat, which it hasn't done anything. It hasn't bombed anything. It hasn't messed up any infrastructure. All right, but Esau, Edom, his drones, his planes, all right, his flying objects have done so. All right, they're a security threat to the whole world, if anything. Okay, who bombed Japan with atomic bombs? Okay, destroyed the Twin Towers, which was a false flag event. Pearl Harbor, dropped bombs on Middle Eastern countries. Okay. So this is Revelation 17, verse 14. These shall make war with the Lamb. The Lamb is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, a so-called Negro from the tribe of Judah, the head tribe, the King of Kings, who will return in these coming days. All right. Once prophecy is fulfilled, and what is the prophecies that have to be fulfilled before his return is the implementation, the mandate of the RFID chip, the mark of the beast. Okay, which brothers, starting with our apostles, a great millstone, have been pushing and telling people, and now the whole world is starting to believe it because it's true. It's been prophesied. It's been told aforetime 2,000 years ago. All right, even Christians are starting to wake up. And it says, and the Lamb shall overcome them. So when he returns, he's gonna annihilate these nations, the military might. That's why it says in Joel, the 3rd chapter, the valley of troops, Armageddon, okay, or Yahweh Shaphat, okay, Yahweh's judgment. They're going to be gathered in the Middle East, all the troops, and they're going to be going at each other first in World War III, but once our Lord cracks some skies, they're going to turn their attention to our Lord and try to go against him, but they're going to get annihilated. Because our Lord is coming in an angelic force, a power with chariots, and they're going to shoot laser beams, as it says in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Okay, how Ezra saw, he perceived nothing was there but a smell of smoke and powder and dust. It says, for he is the Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. So you see, they're trying to classify the chariots as a security threat, as terrorists. This is the witchcraft that Esau is putting out there. All right. So when people see the chariots or the UFOs, that's what they label them as. You'll think it's an evil thing when really that's a good thing. Okay. These are the Most High's vehicles that the angels operate in. So let's get back in Revelation. All right. 12 verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Now there's three types of heavens: a kingdom on earth, the atmospheres, all right, in space, and the spiritual heaven, all right, another realm. It's talking about the second, all right, out in the sky, the atmospheres, all right, the upper layers of the sky. It's going to be a war, and I can see it more clearly. Elon Musk, his SpaceX, they just successfully landed one of their first rockets, and I can see them he's going to give his technology to these other nations. Watch, don't be surprised. He's going to start expanding his technology, which is all from the Lord, and giving it to other nations, and they're building up for this war. You see, you have to understand that we are seeing the gradualism of World War III and the war in heaven. All right, we're seeing the preludes, okay, the behind scenes. Now you have, which I'm gonna do a video on it next, Lord willing, Israel bombing the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip, and now Kamala Harris is saying that the U.S. will stand with Israel and they're gonna send more troops over there. Well, that's Jeremiah, the 50th chapter. The least of the flock shall draw them out. The least is being Amalek, okay? It says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. The dragon being the empire of the Edomites. All right, this is the Roman Empire revived all over again. We're still in the fourth beast. Okay, this is still the fourth beast. This is the Roman Empire revived all over again, coming back during the time of the Renaissance. Okay, our rebirth. Okay, so we're in the fourth empire still, the same empire that our Lord was born in. Okay, which consists of the NATO and EU, 10 horns and 7 heads. All right, let me see. This is Revelation 17 verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials. So the 7 destructions that's gonna come, okay, or the destructions that's gonna come, all right. And talk with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. The great whore is Babylon. She sits upon this beast. All right, it's the capital for the Edomites empire. All right, this is Basra, America, Babylon. Okay, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been drunk with the wine of her fornication. That's the philosophies, the customs, okay, the ideologies of this place that's pushed out throughout the world. In fact, the word democracy, if you actually look it up on Edom Online, just look it up, look up democracy. If you break down the word demo meaning demon, and crazy meaning control. So demon-like control, or demon-like government. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, scarlet being red, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. All right. So that 7 heads and 10 horns is the NATO and EU. All right, which are compromised of the same factions, and this is the Roman Empire all over again, revived, I should say. Okay, because they just had a timeout period, but they came back. All right, let's go to verse 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the horse sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Right, because America is on top. All these nations flock to America. All right, and America is in control. Yet it's losing its power, but once upon a time it was on the top of the top. All right. And it says, the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. That's talking about the ice beam missiles. That's not what I want to get, actually. All right. But America will be nuked. Okay. All right. Well, that was it, actually. Okay. I made the point how the dragon is the Roman Empire. Okay. Or this empire, the Edomites. Okay. You can actually read it in William Beeston's book called The Roman Empire, Empire of the Edomites. All right. So, again, the UFOs are a security threat, claims ex-Navy lieutenant. So you're going to see a big draft real soon, all right? Troops being placed in the Middle East, in Israel, and they're going to get ready for war with our Lord, Yahweh Shah. Some knowingly and some unknowingly, all right? You people have no idea. The chariots are not a bad thing. These are the Most High's vehicles, all right? They're not aliens, no. They're who's operating in them UFOs are angels that look like so-called Negroes. Salakia. We'll move somewhere else. It says Amos, this is Amos 5 verse 18, and it says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, to what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Right? Hey, the day of the Lord is gonna come. He's gonna come with chariots. Okay, the day of the Lord is gonna come. The day of the Lord is when He's gonna return with chariots, with an angelic force. And woe unto you that desire that day, because you think in your head that Jesus Christ is gonna come back on Pegasus. No, He's gonna come back with chariots and do two things: to deliver and to destroy, with laser beams. All right, and we can prove that by Isaiah 66 verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, because you don't know what's really going to happen to you, or what's really going to happen, all right, to the whole world. Okay? He's not going to come back in a peaceful fashion. No, our Lord says He's going to come back this time with a sword and not peace. All right, our Lord's gonna come back angry with the rebukes of the it says what? Let me read it again, Salakia. It says to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. He's gonna rebuke you people with flames of fire. That's mean the ice Salakia, that's mean the laser beams. All right, a good visualization is the movie World of the Wars, or War of the Worlds. Okay, with Tom Hanks. Okay. Oh, not Tom Hanks, Slocky, but Tom Cruise. Okay. That's a good visual. And that's how our Lord's gonna come. Or Independence Day. Well, Will Smith. All right. That's how our Lord's gonna come. And many people have been having dreams of UFO invasions. I was watching some videos last night, and they think it's actually a bad thing. They actually think it's a bad thing. Well, no, that's not the case. All right, that's actually a good thing. Good thing for us, because hey, the sooner our Lord comes, that's it. We can be in our kingdom, man. And the earth will dwell in righteousness. All right, but for you people, it's the end of your world. You think it's a bad thing because you've been deceived, just like what Esau is doing right now. You've been deceived to think now these UFOs, which are chariots, are a security threat. Again, they're angels that's operating in these vehicles from the fourth dimension, from the heavens. All right? And they're doing this because, like I said, they're going to make war when Yahweh Shah returns. All right? A lot of these military troops, these lieutenants, they don't even know. All right? They actually think these are aliens. They don't even know. But the elites, they know. The elites know. Okay, the international banking families, they know very well. And this is why they put it in movies and TV shows and other visuals that they put out throughout the world, that is being sent out throughout the whole world to manipulate the minds of these people to think this is an evil thing. All right. So Lord willing, this is edifying. All right, I just wanted to get this. They're preparing to make war with our Lord real soon, and you're seeing the preludes of it, because now they're claiming this or classifying as a security threat. All right. So Lord willing, it's edifying. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and immense glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Racha HaKodesh. Double honors to some other apostles of Great Millstone. Hey, Shalom.